Please sign right here. Let me take a picture of you with the box.
A picture? Why?
It's part of the protocol.
Oh. Okay.
I don't need to remind you how sensitive the material is.
I know. Thanks.
Good. Take care.
Russell, did you receive it?
It just arrived.
Good. Listen, priority is to find the real cause of death. Early reports indicate suicide, a drug overdose, but I don't buy it. It doesn't make sense. She was too important and the timing was odd.
She was a lawyer at GoAT, right?
More like the vice president.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So now you see how deeply in trouble you'd be if anything leaks out.
You're putting me in a tough spot here, Tom.
Not if you're careful, Russell. Just make sure nothing leaks out.
Why not wait for the full autopsy? Why do you need me?
We need to move faster, and if there's something bigger going on, we need to investigate it. This is a one-time chance to catch them. GoAT has been dodging us for way too long.
So you want me to spy on them through her memories?
No, I just want you to find out how she died, which is legal. But if I'm right, it will take us somewhere nasty. I know there's something off. We just need to find out what.
All right. I'll do what I can.
Good. Remember, it's because of these people we're here in the first place.
Well, we don't know anything yet.
We will, Russell. I've been in this for too long to know it's not just suicide. You'll see. So, I've given you access to her apartment on Stratford Avenue. They're about to wrap it up over there, but Detective Stan Becker's waiting for you. He knows you're coming. If you want to investigate the real place, you should head out there now.
All right. I'll check it out.
Okay then, I'll leave you to it. Don't keep Stan waiting, and keep me posted on anything you find.
Sure. See ya. This is not a pipe. But the painting of a pipe. Magritte's famous painting. Magritte's famous painting. Magritte's famous painting. The idea was an office-lab hybrid.
It gives us new power to screw up in even grander ways than before. So we feel we want to do everything we can now to
There's
make
been a
sure
lot of
technology
shutdowns
gets
lately,
used
and
for
this
good.
building's electrical grid is just
If we
as
look
old.
at
So I got a
not
backup.
very powerful technological inventions like fire, for instance, we used a strategy of learning from mistakes. We screwed up a bunch of times and then we invented the fire extinguisher. But with more powerful technologies,
It works, but the sound.
artificial intelligence, etc., we don't want
I can't believe the loss of performance after adapting them to comply with the new laws. Times are changing indeed.
that might be the only time that we have, right? And the way I think about
This was the first thing I brought in here.
the great future for humanity, we want
This was the first thing I brought in here.
this race between the growing power of technology and the growing wisdom with which we manage the technology. Investing more in this wisdom. We're going to hear more in this session from Pierre and
I really need a new partner. Hard to replace Carl, though.
AI. But let me start by talking just a little bit about nuclear. Because even though I want to end up with talking about AI, I feel that
Carl liked to read this nonsense. I never figured out how such a great scientist was able to pour so much time in reading clickbait articles. He once said he could draw global connections through them.
when we take on new, more powerful technologies, so we don't repeat past mistakes. And I think that nuclear weapons is a great case study of inadequate risk management. Why do I say inadequate? Since we still haven't had a global nuclear war. Well, let me just ask you this question. Which one of these two people is more famous? And let me ask you a follow-up question. Which one of these two people should we thank for us all being alive here today because he single-handedly stopped the Soviet nuclear attack during the Cuban Missile Crisis? I'll give you just one hint. He wasn't Canadian. Right? So that already says something about how little attention we as a species pay sometimes to really important
My little project. It's come a long way.
Moreover, I would say the lesson that we should draw from this is that relying on luck is a really poor long-term strategy. The issue with Vasily Arkhipov was just one.
I just need a few more years of independence. We need to keep the TSB away.
About nuclear threats from terrorism and crime, we must remember that there have been also a lot of close calls where we almost had an all-out nuclear war between superpowers. And even if the chance is as low as 2% per year that happens by mistake,
I need to start over again.
the probability that we're going to screw up then within centuries is virtually 100%.
The hardware is already enough for on-the-fly reconstructions, but the software isn't. I need to start over again.
From the nuclear case study here is that it's really important to understand risks in advance before you fully build out the technology. And I feel that we ethically failed with nuclear weapons here. I feel personally guilty.
This'll take a while.
I'm a physics professor.
I should visit her apartment while the memory gets ready.
So let's look at quickly at the facts. When nuclear weapons were first built, the decision makers and scientists generally thought that the worst.
I've got nothing to put in there.
You would literally get blown up by it, and people had these risk assessments that if things went really, really bad, maybe we would kill 300 million people or something.
Development logs of patch
Now we know that
1.2.
that's hopelessly naive.
Probably the most important update to date. and Carl's last contribution to the project.
Largest risk to worry about. For example, oops, now this is a photo from downtown Las Vegas in the 60s. You see the mushroom-shaped cloud in the background? That's how close it was to downtown because people have totally underestimated the dangers of radioactive fallout. And acknowledging that the U.S. government has paid out more than $2 billion
All right.
in damages to settle.
I have a temporary solution for when Evie can't interpret some part of a memory, but it requires manual input. So, let's say the data was a chair. While Evie can't interpret it is a chair, or where it should be, she's still able to produce a 3D geometrical output with sound, and that output is based on data which does have meaning. The problem is that it doesn't fit anywhere, and it doesn't make sense to her. So, what I did was to allow Evie to still represent this failed reconstruction in an encapsulated manner that we can look at inside the memory space, so we can interpret it. I made a quick interface for inspection too. So, in other words, we can now assist Evie at interpreting the data by using our special human skills. We just have to tell her what it could be and where it should belong, and she should be able to narrow the margin enough to make it part of the reconstruction again.
Question. Is it always about something missing, like a chair or another object? Or can it be a subjective thing that doesn't belong anywhere?
It could be a subjective thing, yes, but that would be rare, as it's more likely to become a subjective entity or part of the subjective environment somehow. Shouldn't be represented as missing data.
Okay.
Can happen though. Would be interesting to see.
Yeah. This is great, Carl. We're so close.
Do that around all of them. It's just further adding to the misery. I'm highlighting this at the meta level just because these are things that people hadn't thought about for decades and decades while we built tens of thousands of these weapons. And still haven't talked about even the worst risk that's been discovered so far. Right now, if
I shouldn't keep that detective waiting.
a large fraction of the 16,000 nuclear weapons currently exist, many of which are on hair trigger alert, so we could have, if you think of the largest couple of thousand cities on Earth, you could have them all destroyed within an hour of right now. If
Hey, Russell, right? Tom said you'd come. Feel free to take a look around, but don't touch anything. And let me know if you have any questions. Yeah?
Do you have any theories about what happened?
It's a little early yet, but everything points to suicide. There are lots of loose ends as to why, especially considering who she was. Her laptop, for example, is gone. We haven't been able to find it, so who knows how deep that thing goes. Even so, I don't think there's a possibility someone sneaked in and forced her to take some pills somehow. But don't take my word for it. We don't even have the full autopsy report yet.
Who found her?
Didn't you get the report? It was her husband.
Do you know anything else about him?
His name is Alex. Pretty average guy. Fitness trainer. The victim had kicked him out a few months ago. They were about to get a divorce. He came by to pick up some stuff he'd left here.
Could he have been angry about the divorce?
Yeah. But as I said, she'd been dead for at least 6 hours before he got here. So if somehow he forced her to take an overdose over the phone, then yeah, he could have done it.
What time did he find her?
The morning after, and called right away. The security cameras corroborate the time he arrived, so we don't have any reason to suspect him.
Did she leave any children or family?
No, no children, no brothers or sisters, foreign parents that she didn't see much. For now, that's all I know. And a husband. Pretty regular corporate profile, if you ask me.
Thanks.
No problem.
Probably the things Alex came to pick up when he found her. Visiani Simultanei, a futurist painting. Interesting choice. Go AT's new project. Generative design and automated construction. Their success would mean another tech earthquake, this time in the construction and housing market. So everybody is both intrigued and scared about it. Probably her last meal. Probably her last meal. It's getting late. Goes with the style of the place. Yeah, time. Looks like where the body was. Looks like where the body was. Clearly she'd been drinking. Clearly she'd been drinking. Broken. Broken. Looks like an expensive mask. Weird place to store it. Looks like an expensive mask. I wonder what's in those boxes. I wonder what's in those boxes. Alex's clothes, probably. Another broken mirror. I don't think it's a coincidence. Bloody footprints. She probably stepped on the broken shards. Vomit. Vomit. Okay. I think I have enough information from the real place. Time to find out what her memories have to say about what happened.
Yeah?
Thanks.
No problem.
Evie, ready?
Yes.
Okay, good. Please operate on patch 1.2. And scan for the latest memory you can find, ideally just before her death.
Understood.
So this is when she died. Hello there, Joanna. filtering error. Could be a filtering error. Reconstructing glass from memories. I don't think we'll ever get it right. Maybe someone will figure it out eventually. But it's always going to be a wild guess. Unless we start using discs instead of our brains. Reconstructing glass from memories. I don't think we'll ever get it right. Afternoon light. Didn't she die at night? Afternoon light. Didn't she die at night? Lots of missing information here, Evie. This doesn't seem to be the right moment.
Yes. I wasn't able to pinpoint any further coordinates. Objective data is incomplete.
Reasons?
High emotional state.
She might have known she was going to die. Is there enough data to reconstruct a subjective state of the memory?
Yes.
Good. I'll enter the subjective state and see what I can find.
Subjective reconstruction was successful, but I couldn't interpret all data.
It's fine, Evie. Subjective interpretation is tough for any AI, even a special one like you. Evie, there seems to be a bugged reconstruction here. No way to fix it, right?
There is incomplete data linked to this coordinate. Shouldn't be too far.
Could this be her as a child? In the objective, adult version of her isn't represented. Only her shadow. Could mean so many things. Could this be her as a child? That ladder goes down to the first floor. I can't make sense of this sound. I can't make sense of this sound. Nobody here. Nobody here. There was something here in the objective state. There was something here in the objective state. Could this be her as a child? Evie, there seems to be a bugged reconstruction here. No way to fix it, right?
There is incomplete data linked to this coordinate. Shouldn't be too far. It belongs somewhere in the memory, but I cannot interpret it. I need to know what it is and where it belongs.
All right. I'll study it and put it in the right place. Evie, do a match with clock data at this spot. Someone's knocking at the door. Someone's knocking at the door. A picture of a dog. Following her? A picture of a dog. Following her? Her laptop. If it's in the objective state as well, then somebody did take it. Her laptop. If it's in the objective state as well, then somebody did take it.
Reminder. At your discretion, I can momentarily free memory and processing power to deliver more accurate feedback. Processing. I can't interpret the new raw data, but the spikes in the readings suggest an intense, violent moment.
A spider web. No way out. A spider web. No way out. water is running. The water is running. So it's close. Maybe in the objective state. So it's close. Maybe in the objective state. Maybe this is the right moment. Evie, do a match right here with a mirror being violently broken. Shards are making a trail to the bedroom. What is this hand doing here? You were right, Tom. She wasn't alone. Should be good enough evidence to keep him satisfied for now.
Should I shut down the simulation?
Please, go ahead.
Understood. Shutting down in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Russell. Any good news?
It wasn't a clear reconstruction, but I managed to get some objective evidence. There was a clear hand next to her, just when she was lying on her bed, and the pills were all over the floor. So it seems you may be right. There was definitely somebody with her.
A hand. That's all you could find?
Well, Tom, I'm just getting started. Her last memories are fuzzy, and that's probably because of the psychological stress she was under. The fact that she wasn't alone is a good start.
Yeah, good to know. But we need to know who it was so we can do something about it.
I'll keep looking, Tom. Let's just hope the rest of the memories are in better shape.
I hope so. Did you find anything else?
I saw a lot of other things. I just need to understand her unconscious better.
It's fine, Russell. Just keep looking, but I need something else from you. We need to get into her private email. The password? We were able to hack the words, but there are 3 numbers at the start that we don't know. We have only a few shots at this, so that's why I need you.
Her password? That might be interesting to find.
Hey, I'm liking this attitude. I was expecting some moral and legal sermon.
Well, it's not like I'm not worried. The new regulations are like stepping on glass.
Don't be. You're doing what's legally right. Just send us a nice and clean scan and inspection report as required, and there will be no issues.
I'll do what I can.
Good. We're counting on you. The password ends with Namas. N-A-M-A-H-S. But it's preceded by 3 numbers. We have 3 to 4 tries with this password at most. So when you have something, call me.
I will. See you, Tom.
Bye, Russell.